The left high kick, one of the most feared weapons in MMA history, defined Mirko Cro Cop Filipović. Known as the Executioner, Cro Cop was a nightmare for every opponent. A national hero in Croatia and a global legend whose precision striking could end a fight in an instant. His aura was so intimidating that opponents feared him before the first bell. But behind the highlight reels, championship titles, and epic knockouts, there is a much darker story. At 50, Cro Cop has opened up about the price of his legendary career. A body worn down by decades of combat, a mind struggling with the effects of trauma, and a life forever altered by violence. His journey is a story of glory and devastation, of discipline and pain, and a reminder that even the most feared warriors are human. In this video, we explore Cro Cop's rise, his battles, and the hidden cost of the man behind the myth. Early life, war and discipline. Mirko Filipović was born in 1974 in Vinkovci, Croatia, during one of the most turbulent periods in the nation's history. The Yugoslav wars cast a shadow over his childhood, and instead of carefree play, young Mirko experienced air raid sirens, military convoys, and a constant atmosphere of fear and survival. Life was harsh and uncertain, shaping him into someone disciplined beyond his years. Unlike many athletes whose training starts in school gyms or martial arts academies, Cro Cop's first education came from survival itself. He eventually joined the Luchko anti-terrorist unit, Croatia's elite force, where he learned to endure and respond to life-or-death situations. Amid this backdrop of violence, Cro Cop discovered his passion for kickboxing and boxing, fascinated by a different form of battle, one where discipline and skill could determine victory without taking lives. This combination of military precision and combat sports would define the fighter he became, a man who trained tirelessly both for national duty and personal ambition. The K1 era, a legend emerges. By the mid-1990s, Cro Cop had transitioned from soldier to professional athlete, entering the prestigious K1 kickboxing circuit in Japan. K1 was the ultimate proving ground for striking specialists, filled with world-class athletes from countries like the Netherlands and Japan. From his first fight, it was clear Cro Cop was different. His tall, muscular frame and icy demeanor made him a figure of intimidation even before throwing a punch. But it was his signature left high kick that truly set him apart. The phrase, right leg, hospital, left leg, cemetery, became synonymous with his terrifying power. Cro Cop's fights were not just contests, they were hunts, where opponents faced a relentless predator rather than a conventional athlete. Every victory, every knockout, and every highlight reel moment in K1 built his myth, but also forged a style rooted in discipline, precision, and fearlessness. This period cemented Cro Cop as one of the most formidable strikers in combat sports history, earning him respect, admiration, and dread from the world's best fighters. Transition to MMA, Pride Fighting Championships. Cro Cop's success in K1 set the stage for his transition into mixed martial arts, a sport where unpredictability reigns supreme. Pride Fighting Championships in Japan offered the perfect arena for Cro Cop's unique skill set. Unlike K1, MMA required mastery of grappling, wrestling, and ground combat. While many striking specialists struggled to adapt, Cro Cop integrated his precision and power with tactical awareness, learning to navigate the chaos of the cage. He quickly became one of Pride's most feared fighters, defeating prominent names such as Igor Vovchanchin, Wanderlei Silva, and Alexander Emelianenko. His left high kick, already legendary in kickboxing, became an unstoppable weapon capable of ending fights instantly. Cro Cop's ability to strike with surgical accuracy while maintaining the patience and composure of a trained soldier made him a nightmare for opponents. Fans watched in awe as he delivered knockout after knockout, and his aura of dominance grew, establishing him as one of the most iconic figures in MMA history. UFC challenges and decline. By 2007, Cro Cop had achieved global recognition and was poised to dominate the UFC. His debut against Eddie Sanchez showcased the full extent of his striking prowess, ending in a first-round knockout that thrilled fans. Yet the next fight against Gabriel Gonzaga would dramatically alter his trajectory. Gonzaga, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist, stunned the world by knocking Cro Cop out with the very head kick that had made him famous. The loss shattered the aura of invincibility that had defined him for years. Beyond the physical defeat, years of accumulated injuries began taking their toll. His knees, nose, and face had endured repeated trauma, requiring multiple surgeries. The once unstoppable executioner was now facing the vulnerabilities that come with decades of combat. While he continued fighting, flashes of brilliance were accompanied by signs of decline, illustrating the physical and mental cost of a career built on relentless aggression and extraordinary discipline. The stroke and the dark truth. In 2019, the culmination of years of punishment struck Cro Cop in the form of a stroke. For a man who had faced countless brutal fights and survived seemingly impossible battles, this was a confrontation he could not fight his way out of. The stroke occurred quietly in his personal life, away from the cameras and roaring crowds. It forced Cro Cop to confront a sobering reality. His body could no longer endure the extremes he demanded of it. The stroke didn't just end his fighting career, it nearly ended his life. Reflecting on his experiences, Cro Cop admitted he had ignored warnings, pushed past medical advice, and subjected himself to decades of trauma. At 50, he faces challenges common to fighters who have endured years of repeated head strikes, including cognitive decline, memory issues, and mood fluctuations. This chapter of his life underscores the immense cost of a career in combat sports, offering a glimpse at the human fragility behind the legend, legacy, and reflection. Despite the physical toll and personal struggles, Cro Cop's legacy remains monumental. His career spans more than 2 decades, encompassing both kickboxing and MMA, dozens of knockouts, and a Pride Openweight Grand Prix championship. Yet his influence goes beyond victories and titles. Cro Cop's aura of fear and precision in combat made him a psychological force. Opponents often entered the ring already anticipating defeat. Today, he reflects on his journey with both pride and caution, openly discussing the sacrifices that came with greatness. His warnings to younger fighters emphasize the dangers inherent in combat sports. The glory comes at a cost, often invisible until the toll manifests in pain, surgeries, or cognitive decline. Cro Cop's story is a vivid reminder that behind every mythic figure is a human being who endures the consequences of relentless pursuit, a lesson as profound as his legendary career. Mirko Cro Cop's life is a mixture of triumph, fear, and sacrifice. From the war-torn streets of Croatia to the world's biggest arenas, he rose as an unstoppable force, only to reveal later the steep price of that greatness. Today, he lives as a survivor, a man whose story is a testament to discipline, resilience, and the human cost of violence. What do you think about the sacrifices Cro Cop made for his career? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth stories about MMA legends and the untold realities behind their careers.